Welcome back to the channel. For those new here, we are Brad and Jazz, and every month we like to do a little reflection on the month that was and show you what worked out and what didn't go so well. We are out here today to show you 15 bolos that we would pick up again and 3 nolos that we are not on the lookout for anymore to sell in our eBay store. And stick around to the end because we'll show you the whole month totals so that you can get a picture of the peaks and the dips.
All right, let's get into those sales. So first up, we'll do 15 bolos, which are items that we're on the lookout for, so be on the lookout for. First up was a pair of Red Wing steel cap boots. We picked those up for 20 bucks and we sold them for 110. So keep an eye out for Red Wing, great brand. We ended up making $60.74 on that particular item. Second one was this Tommy Bahama shirt. It was silk and it was new with tags, which is why I picked it up at Savers a couple weeks ago. Paid $15.99, so pretty happy with that. Sold it for $70, making us $36.07.
It was so pretty.
I think we sold it in like a week and a half, so yeah. Very quick sale. Next up was this Barbie Kitchen Set. We paid $20 in a bulk lot for this one. It did sit around for a little while, but we ended up selling it for $102.75. That's inclusive of postage. So we ended up making $49.11.
And that was not in the best condition.
No, so some of that older Barbie stuff, if in box, can do quite well, even out of box sometimes. So worth looking up. These Nike shoes were quite different. I picked them up at Savers. They're like a weightlifting shoe, so they've got the strap across the toe, so it helps hold your foot down. I paid $18.49 and they sold pretty quickly for $99.95. So keep an eye out for those Nike or even other weightlifting shoes. There's some great brands out there worth picking up, but just do a little bit of research. Ariat shell jacket we sold for...
Found that.
We sold for $80. We picked it up for $15.49. Where'd you grab that? Savers?
That was at Savers, and I would definitely grab it again.
And we made $45.07 on that one.
We also got a Road and Track big box PC game. We hadn't had this one before. We picked it up for $5 and we sold it for $63.95 on the same day. I don't know if we underpriced it, but we are happy with that because we made $39.52 profit. So we would definitely grab that game again.
Yeah.
We are also on the lookout for Thermomix. We've never sold Thermomix before this one, but we had the serving bowl and it was open but new in the box. We picked it up for $5 in a bulk deal, sold it for $56, so we made $34.98. And we're on the lookout for more Thermomix. Doesn't have to be the bowl.
Yeah.
I think Brad might have found a donut tray the other day, so we grabbed that as well.
Yeah, it's an interesting brand because it's quite expensive to buy new, so it's worth sort of looking out for, and a lot of people grabbed it early on when they were in the big Thermomix craze and just never used it. So you can find them new, which is what you want to be picking up on those.
I went to so many Thermomix parties. Another wicked pair of shoes was these Asics Gel Sendai. We pick up a few different types of the Asics shoes. I don't remember having this one before.
No, Sendai is pretty unique. They're sort of only in specialties running stores. They're not in your Rebels and all that sort of stuff. So Sendai and Kinzai are probably the two you want to be looking out for because they're two sort of rarer styles of Asics and they sell pretty quick.
Thank you, shoe man. We picked that pair up for $15 and we sold it for $75 pretty dang it quickly. So we made $38.59 profit after the fees and the shipping, etc. This next one is a giant jigsaw puzzle, 5,000 piece. I want to call it Ravensburg, but it's Ravens Burger. Yeah. Brad found this in Savers for $3.75 and we're confident it was all there because it was all zipped up in the bags because these puzzles are really collectible. So luckily the people who had had it before took really good care of it. We sold it for $95 including shipping and we made $61.64.
Yeah, it was pretty cool find to find 5,000 piece ones. Usually you see the 1,000 one, sometimes 2,000, but the bigger sets can go for some really good money.
It was quite heavy, so we made sure to add that shipping cost on. And Plucker Duck. We got this vintage Plucker Duck plush for $5 in a bulk lot and we sold it for $59 and we made $37.83 and we had fun.
How crazy was Plucker Duck back in the day on Hey Hey It's Saturday? There's some pretty funny footage. I'm not sure they'd get away with remaking that show these days, but...
No, I don't think so.
I think Plucker has done all the plucking that's to be plucked. Man, have a good time, duck boy. Who's the other Plucker is?
hey, I didn't have a TV and I knew hey, it's Saturday.
Pretty fond memories there. Next item was this Pink Floyd Animal CD. Now this did come from the media lot that we picked up recently. So this was one of the better CDs that I just plucked out. Our cost of goods on those is like 10 cents. We did that breakdown video not long ago. We sold this one recently for $27, making us $15.41.
Not many pre-owned CDs that we would flip, but if I see that one in an op shop, I'm probably going to grab it.
Next up was this Jurassic World Indoraptor mask. $20 in a bulk lot we paid. End up selling for $105. That made $59.09 profit. It was like that black little mask thing. So if you see that out, do some comps on the Jurassic World stuff, because even some of the figures do quite well. There's some rarer ones that go for like 30 to 50. Worth looking up if you see them in the op shop. Next up, we all remember Polly Pockets from the 90s, early 90s. This one was from 1992. We paid $4.50 for this one. You snagged this in a bulk lot?
It was in a bulk lot, but it was the kind of local pick where we didn't buy everything. We picked some things out, and I was glad that I sold this Polly Pocket.
And we sold it for $110. So keep your eye out for Polly Pocket. Obviously, if they have both the figures in the sets, that makes them more valuable. Put international shipping on them as well, because they will sell overseas. But we made $78.61 on this one, so that was a great little fun of yours. Another sort of toy thing to keep an eye out for is this back again Battle Brawlers. Now there was 7 in the set. It was like a set of Battle Brawlers that all sort of like connected up together. Paid $20 and sold it for $156 inclusive of post. So we made $89.10 on that particular item.
And that one was an international, wasn't it?
Yeah, international sales, so happy with that one. And last up, Danny Minogue. Some of her vinyl records go for really good money. This Love and Kisses went for $62.80. We paid about $5 per vinyl that we picked up. So we ended up making $40.94 on that particular item.
And that one was inclusive of shipping as well. We added the shipping on, but not everything sold as well as Danny. Onto the Nolos. We are not on the lookout for these items anymore. We had a couple of fizzlers this month, and the first one was this Bugs Bunny silk tie. We had this for a really, really long time. We picked it up in an op shop for $1, and we ended up selling it eventually for $19.95. So we did make profit. We made $8.52, but it took a really long time, and as cute as they are, I will not be picking up these ties anymore.
Yeah, the only ties that I'm sort of like considering buying are like the vintage AFL ones, because they turn a little bit quicker, but ties are tough. Football. Ties are very tough.
Another one that we're not going to pick up again is this Bull Rush shirt. This one actually came to us in a bulk lot, so we weren't hand picking this one, and we wouldn't in the future. We only paid $3.30, and eventually we sold it for $25, and we made $10.51. But there's just a better use for our time than photographing things that are going to take so long to turn over just for a $10 profit. So we're just going to skip that next time. Not on the lookout. And the last one is pretty surprising, because it's a vintage Nintendo 64 game, which usually we are definitely on the lookout for. It's just that this one in particular is a pretty general one.
Yeah, like a lower end title. So.
Yeah, it was the Winter Olympics.
Yeah, like Nagano.
Nagano Winter Olympics game. We paid a little bit too much, since it is just one of the pretty common games. We paid $9, and it only ended up selling for $17.50. So we actually lost like $1.57 on that one. We should have lotted it up with some others so that we weren't paying the full postage price just for that one game. So we do love N64 games. We just shouldn't have sold that one individually, and we probably wouldn't pick it up again if we just saw that one by itself.
Yeah, so a few Nolos there, stuff that we're not going to be picking up if we see them out in the op shops. Obviously, when we do bulk deals, we don't get a great range of choice. We sort of have to take what's there, but yeah, if we see them in op shops, we're not going to grab them again. So let's get into those all-important numbers for February. Obviously, a shorter month, 28 days rather than the 30 or 31, so that kind of impacts the sales. But we are down a little bit on our normal, so $22,283.46. Probably a few factors there. Obviously, there's a lot going on in the world right now. People are sort of probably a little bit more cautious with their money, and shorter month, and we've been really busy doing a lot of other things. So Yeah, interesting. We sold 383 items in total, and our ASP was still right up there at $58.18.
Hey, that's pretty good, but just shows there's a lot of factors from consumer behavior to world events to floodings that can impact your store. So that's why we like to keep it pretty diverse and not have all of our eggs in one basket too, because sometimes people aren't buying as much.
Yeah, so that's it for today's episode. Let us know in the comments below what your best sale of February was. We're always keen to hear what has been selling for you guys, and we will see you next time on Twazzy Thrifters. Bye for now.
Apparently February's just over.
All right, let's get into those sales.